On July 10th, 2026, the United States Department of Defense did something they hoped you wouldn't notice too closely. They quietly authorized the release of the long-awaited fourth batch of declassified UAP files. There were no massive press conferences, no breaking news banners flashing across your television screens, and no dramatic announcements from the White House. A collection of highly classified files was simply uploaded to a public portal, left for the world to find. I'll be honest, when I first looked into the raw data, I expected the usual bureaucratic smoke and mirrors, but as I stared directly into the infrared footage captured by elite military sensors, a cold feeling settled in my chest. They had no choice but to let this out, and what it reveals changes everything. Welcome back to the cosmic unknown. This new fourth batch of declassified material represents a massive shift in how the government handles the unexplained. Under immense pressure from congressional oversight committees and relentless public demands for transparency, the defense establishment was forced to clear these documents for public access. We are talking about real encounters documented by trained operators using multi-million-dollar military hardware. This release goes far beyond the typical blurry images of the past. It features advanced tracking sequences over the Atlantic Ocean, physics-defying maneuvers in the Mediterranean Sea, and an old orbital mystery that NASA finally had to admit exists in their own archives. Let's look past the official summaries and look directly at what is hiding in the static. Before we break down the incredible physics captured in these new videos, I want to invite you to join our journey into the void by subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. If you want to dive even deeper into the classified files the government tries to obscure, think about becoming a member of the cosmic unknown community. Your support is what allows us to keep looking into the dark corners of our reality. The centerpiece of this entire declassification is a piece of infrared footage captured in the year 2020 by the United States Northern Command. The setting is the vast, empty expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, a place where the horizon stretches out into nothingness and the water below mirrors the dark skies above. The video lasts for only 32 seconds, but every single frame demands your complete attention. According to the official military logs attached to the file, the object was described by operators as a reddish-brown entity, standing roughly between 3.7 and 4.6 meters in height. When you look at the video, you don't see wings, you don't see a tail, an exhaust plume, or any visible means of propulsion. It appears completely formless, an asymmetrical silhouette cutting through the atmosphere. The report notes that the object seemed to be at the mercy of the wind, drifting aimlessly through the sky without performing any aggressive tactical maneuvers. Some researchers look at this and immediately jump to the conclusion that it must be a stray piece of debris, perhaps a highly specialized meteorological balloon or a piece of radar-reflective material caught in an upper-level thermal. But here is the part that always messes with my head. If this object was nothing more than a harmless piece of floating trash, why did it trigger the highly sophisticated combat sensors of a United States military vessel? Why did it require a classification level that kept it locked away in a government vault for 6 years? The military operators tracking it couldn't identify it, and even today, with all the processing power at our disposal, its official status remains unresolved. It just hangs there, in the gray world of the infrared lens, a fragment of the unknown floating silently over the deep ocean. But if the Atlantic video gives us a sense of eerie passivity, the next file in the batch shatters that illusion entirely. On October 1st, 2023, the United States Central Command, or CENTCOM, recorded an encounter that took place just east of the island of Crete, near Greece. The infrared sensors of a military platform locked onto a low-altitude target skimming just above the surface of the Mediterranean Sea. At first glance, the object appears as a small, dark streak against the lighter contrast of the water. But as you watch the tracking reticle follow its path, the object does something that a balloon or a conventional drone simply cannot do. It executes multiple instantaneous changes in direction at angles remarkably close to 90 degrees. It doesn't slow down to make the turn. It doesn't lean into the curve like an aircraft banking against the wind. It simply alters its vector in a fraction of a second, maintaining a steady, calculated speed of approximately 80 miles per hour. When the video loops, you can see the sheer unnaturalness of the movement. It that cuts across the sky in sharp geometric patterns, a violent defiance of momentum that would liquefy a human pilot and tear the wings off any traditional drone. Some defense analysts have pushed back against the anomalous nature of this video, suggesting that the camera might have been tracking a common insect flying close to the lens, creating a massive optical illusion of distance and speed. But think about that for a second. Are we truly supposed to believe that the highly trained operators of CENTCOM, commanding some of the most advanced defensive hardware on the planet, mistook a bug for a high-priority aerial anomaly and processed it into a classified UAP file? It feels like a desperate explanation, a way to force a square peg into a round hole because the alternative is simply too difficult to accept. What kind of technology can ignore inertia so completely? And why was it monitoring the waters of the Mediterranean? As we move deeper into the July 10th release, we encounter a file labeled UAPPR12. This specific incident took place in 2019 over the eastern region of the United States, an area crowded with commercial air corridors and heavily guarded military airspace. The video shows an infrared sensor desperately trying to maintain a lock on a high-contrast target moving through the sky. Throughout the duration of the recording, the automated systems of the military platform frantically switch between different levels of zoom and various display modes, trying to get a clear read on the object's physical structure. Every time the system shifts its parameters, bright white flashes illuminate the screen, blinding the viewer for a split second before the tracking reticle resets. Eventually, the object simply slips out of the field of view, leaving the operators with nothing but empty air. The case, like the others, remains officially unresolved. Now, within the scientific community, this video has sparked an intense, bitter debate. A group of skeptical investigators argues that the extreme speed of the object is nothing more than a classic case of the parallax effect. Parallax occurs when a camera mounted on a fast-moving platform like a military jet films an object that is actually moving quite slowly or even standing completely still against a distant background. The movement of the observer creates the powerful optical illusion that the target is screaming across the sky at hypersonic speeds. Without the precise metadata, the exact speed of the jet, the distance to the target, and the angle of the lens, it is mathematically impossible to rule out parallax. What gets me is why we don't have that data in the first place. When you look at the PR12 video, and indeed almost every single video released in this fourth batch, your eyes are immediately drawn to the edges of the screen. There, covering the critical telemetry tracks, are massive, solid black rectangles. The government has completely blacked out the exact numbers that would allow independent scientists, astronomers, and audiovisual experts to solve the riddle. They have hidden the altitude, the airspeed, the geographical coordinates, and the sensor frequencies. The official justification is always national security. They claim that revealing these numbers would allow foreign adversaries to understand the exact capabilities and limitations of American military hardware. And while that argument makes sense on a purely tactical level, it leaves the public in a state of perpetual frustration. We are given the footage, but we are denied the context. We are allowed to see the ghost, but we aren't allowed to measure its footsteps. This heavy censorship creates a fertile ground for speculation, a vast space where the line between responsible inquiry and wild conspiracy theory begins to blur. It makes you wonder what sits behind those black boxes of digital darkness. If these anomalies are truly nothing more than weather balloons, misidentified civilian drones, or optical illusions caused by ice crystals, why must the data surrounding them be guarded with the same level of secrecy as our nuclear codes? The contrast between the sudden push for public transparency and the absolute refusal to share verifiable data is a contradiction that the government has yet to explain. We are trapped in a room where the lights are constantly being turned off, and we are asked to describe the shape of the thing standing in the corner. If the data is as harmless as they claim, the level of redaction suggests otherwise. Are they protecting their technology, or are they protecting us from a reality that would destabilize our entire understanding of the skies? Perhaps the most surprising inclusion in the fourth batch of declassified files isn't a modern infrared video from a drone or a fighter jet. Instead, the Department of Defense reached back into history, pulling a decades-old mystery out of the archives of our civilian space agency. Under intense pressure from investigative researchers and the new transparency mandates, NASA finally had no choice but to admit to the inclusion of orbital anomalies in the official UAP discussion. The release brought renewed attention to a series of photographs captured during the NASA mission STS-80, flown by the Space Shuttle Columbia between November 19th and December 7th, 1996. During that winter flight, as the shuttle orbited hundreds of miles above the surface of our planet, the astronauts on board captured a sequence of 3 distinct photographs. The images focus on the dark curve of the Earth, where the atmosphere meets the absolute void of space. In the first 2 frames, situated just to the right of the terrestrial limb, a strange geometric object becomes clearly visible. It appears sharp, almost pointed, possessing a structural rigidity that sets it apart from the soft, chaotic clouds swirling miles below. By the time the 3rd photograph was taken, the object seemed to merge with the intense glare of the sun reflecting off the Earth's surface, disappearing from view. Although these images have lived within the official NASA archives for nearly 30 years, their inclusion in a modern military UAP declassification batch has sent shockwaves through the research community. The nature of that orbital object has never been officially clarified by the agency. It has simply sat there, a silent anomaly frozen in time. The resurrection of the STS-80 images has brought the work of alternative scientists back into the mainstream spotlight. Some researchers wonder if these images are proof that the phenomenon isn't just limited to our atmosphere, but that it occupies the very space surrounding our planet. Figures like Dr. Beatrice Villarroel have spent years analyzing historical astronomical data, pointing to strange, transient light sources and unexplained objects captured in photographic plates dating back to the 1940s and 1950s, long before humanity had ever launched its very first artificial satellite into orbit. The implication is as fascinating as it is terrifying. The idea that something has been watching us, drifting through the orbital pathways of Earth since before the dawn of the space age. Why did NASA include this now? Why did they choose this specific moment to allow these images to be woven into a military investigation? This historical context connects directly to a much deeper, more urgent whisper that is currently echoing through the halls of Washington. The release of this 4th batch comes at a time of unprecedented friction between congressional oversight committees and the intelligence community. Whistleblowers and former intelligence officials are no longer just asking for blurry videos of shapes over the ocean. They are actively demanding the release of highly classified documentation regarding legacy programs. Programs that allegedly involve the physical recovery of crashed anomalies and, most controversially, the retrieval of non-human biological intelligence. While mainstream scientists like Avi Loeb urge for rigorous, data-driven studies of the skies, a growing contingent of the public is convinced that the real truth isn't out there in the stars, but locked away in subterranean military laboratories. The 4th batch doesn't give us the answers to these explosive claims, but by validating these strange historical space anomalies, it ensures that the fires of speculation will continue to burn. NASA did not want to share this, but the context of our current time left them with no other choice. Sometimes I think we underestimate how quiet the universe can be. We look up at the night sky, staring into the vast, indifferent darkness, terrified of the silence that looks back at us. We comfort ourselves with the belief that we are the masters of our domain, that our radar grids and satellite constellations have mapped out every square inch of our reality. But then, the government drops a file like the 4th batch. They show us a shape drifting over the Atlantic or a streak of light turning on a dime over the Mediterranean, and suddenly the walls of our comfort begin to crumble. We are left looking at heavily redacted pages and blacked out screens, trying to find a signal in the noise, trying to understand what is looking back at us from the void. I don't know if these videos are the definitive proof of a presence from another world, or if they are simply the ghosts of our own technology, reflecting back at us in ways we don't yet understand. But it is hard not to shake the feeling that we are standing on the precipice of a profound realization. The truth is out there, hidden between the frames of classified film and the secrets we aren't yet allowed to know. If you want to keep digging into these mysteries with me, if you want to follow the trail wherever it leads, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. It helps ensure that our voice isn't lost in the digital wilderness. And if you feel a deeper calling to support our journey into the unknown, think about becoming a member of our community, where we dive even further into the files they hoped we would never find. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.